This is actually our second to last week in Denver, which is so sad. I miss my full wardrobe, guys. Rip. Alright. Essentially, we came to the conclusion that I will be selling my car to the dealership. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Hannah. If you're not new, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. We're starting off this week in my life a day late. We got back from the Gray Sand Dunes on Sunday, and so yesterday, which was Monday, I just needed a day to kind of chill out. I was working, but I also needed just like a mental break from vlogging, from walking around. It was just a very chill, casual work day. I worked from 7 to 3, and then I went to, well, actually went for a walk after, and then I went to the gym, came back here, we had tacos for dinner, and then I finished the book that I was reading, which is the last book of the Chestnut Spring series. I'm so sad it's over, but she just came out with a new series, like the first book of a new series, which I think is called Wild Love. So I'm really, really excited. I am obsessed with Elsie Silver's writing. She's just so good. She captivates me in all of her books. I will say, this last book was my least favorite in the series, which was Hopeless. I just didn't really love Beau's storyline. It was fine. It was what it was. We finished the series. I'm glad that it's all wrapped up. Sad it's over. Glad it's wrapped up. You know the whole ordeal. So we finished that last night, and then today is obviously a new day. So I wanted to pick up the camera and vlog for you guys. This is actually our second to last week in Denver, which is so sad. We have less than 2 weeks here now. We have probably about like a week and a half. We're leaving May 3rd. But I don't think either of us are really ready to leave, and you might be wondering, why can't you just stay? I mean, you have the majority of your stuff here, why can't you just move here? There are a lot of reasons why we can't just like pick up and move here right now. One of them being that we have a ton of commitments back on the East Coast this summer, so it really wouldn't make sense for us to move all of our stuff here and then buy multiple plane tickets back to Virginia and New York for the summer. It would be very expensive, very fast. So we are planning on just hanging out on the East Coast for the summer and then figuring out our life after that. Don't ask me what our plan is, because we don't have a plan at the moment as far as next steps go. Everyone keeps asking us that, and we just are not sure. We're just kind of playing it by ear. As soon as I know something definite and we like sign a lease somewhere, I'll obviously let you guys know. But right now we are just planning on like spending time with family this summer and hanging out, saving some money, traveling a bit. I mean, honestly, the ideal summer. I feel like I'm so excited to spend time with my family and hang out with like my sister and my parents and see John's parents, and we have friends on the East Coast. I feel like it's just going to be a very wholesome summer. So I'm very excited for that. Despite the fact that I'm sad about leaving Denver, I know it's going to be a fun summer. But I figure I need to soak up and get in all the Denver vlogs while I can, because they're coming to an end. Possibly temporarily, possibly permanently, we don't know. I'm just going to take you guys along for the week. I hope you guys are excited for this vlog. We don't really have many plans for the week. We're doing trivia tonight actually at a beer garden. It was recommended by a friend that I have here. And we're going with John's sister and her boyfriend. So we're going to do that tonight, which is fun. Little midweek activity. We might go to the aquarium this week. I don't know. We'll see what we get up to, but obviously you guys are coming with. So, with all that being said, welcome back to the vlog. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm excited to get this week started. I've decided to work from the community space today. Feels so loud talking up here, so I'm gonna whisper. I have been the most unproductive human for the past 2 weeks. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still getting my work done and stuff, but I just feel like I'm getting it done at such a slow pace, and I have zero motivation to do anything. So I decided to switch up the work location and take myself out of my apartment and kind of set up like a mini desk in our community space in the building that we're staying in. On the 18th floor, there's like a massive lounge, a pool, a hot tub, grills, outdoor space, the whole 9 yards, and this really insane view of Lohi and the mountains. and I really haven't used this space to my advantage enough, in my opinion. So I figured the last 2 weeks that we're here, we might as well use it to our advantage. So I'm gonna work up here for a little bit of the day. I also decided to treat myself to a decaf coffee because I wanted it to feel like I was going into an office. So that's kind of the plan for today. I'm gonna sit here, do some work, try to be as productive as possible so that I can have like a more chill second half of the day. Hopefully this works because motivation's been at an all-time low and it's not good. Finished with work for the day. Officially it's 3:02. I am headed to get my nails done. My nails are so grown out and they're starting to like break, so I need to go get them trimmed and also the color change before I end up actually breaking my nail, because that would be super painful. I've been getting them done every 2 weeks or so and I just get normal gel, but I think tonight I'm gonna get not only gel manicure, but I'm also gonna get my toes done because I haven't got my toes done in a month. And I said previously that I want to start getting pedicures more often because my feet are honestly just like nasty from being in a million different shoes. So I want to keep up with my feet, which is like a very specific goal, but I feel like the more often I get a pedicure, the better my feet will get over time. So that's kind of the plan. And then once I get back, I think I mentioned we're going to trivia later. I think we're gonna leave around 6:20, so I don't think that I'll run into an issue with the pedicure and manicure running over into trivia, but I guess we'll see, because I have both gel on my toes and my fingers, so I have to take both off and then repaint. I guess it depends on how busy they are, but I did make an appointment, so that's good. Anyways, that's the update for now. I'm gonna go walk over, get these finished, so next time you guys will see me, I'll have a fresh set of nails on my fingers and my toes. Outfit of the night for trivia. I'm wearing my cargo pants, which I haven't worn in forever, but I just didn't feel like changing the top, and these match, so we went with it. Vejas. I put on my Apple Watch. I did my hair in like a little slick back moment. Blue light glasses, and then nails are freshly done. I went with a little baby yellow, and then my toes are pink. We need to head out because we're gonna be late. Good morning, you guys. Happy Wednesday. I decided to put on kind of real clothes today. I'm wearing this tank top from Skims and then this skirt I got from Pepper Mayo. I think I shared it a few vlogs ago. I am obsessed with it. I just felt like getting like kind of ready for the day. I honestly don't love this tank top with this skirt, but I feel like for the casual work from home, I'm gonna have to throw a sweater on the top when I go on meetings, but I figured just lounging around it'll be fine. It's 78 degrees today and the sun is finally out for the first time in like I feel like a week. It has been so dreary in Denver, which is very unusual because normally it's super sunny and the weather is normally really great, but this past week has been up to something. So it's been really dreary, and today when I saw that the sun was out, I was like, okay, I'm using this to my advantage. I feel good because the sun's out, so I want to look good as well. Hence the outfit and even a little bit of makeup. I miss my full wardrobe, guys. Like, I am not a super materialistic person, I feel like, but there are certain things that I do miss having near me 24/7, and I think that having my full wardrobe is like one of them, because I only brought select few pieces with us to Denver because we couldn't pack that much, and it's just made me realize how much I appreciate having all of my clothes, because I am just so tired of like the outfits that I'm putting together, and I'm not even really putting together outfits, I'm putting together random pieces that don't go together, and I miss being able to style clothes. I just feel like it makes me feel good when I put together an outfit that I really like, and I haven't been able to put together outfits lately that I really like because I don't have my full wardrobe. So that is one thing that I'm excited to get back to when we go to Virginia, is to have my full wardrobe back. It's all in my old room at my parents' house. I didn't put it in storage, obviously. So I'm excited to like break out all my summer dresses, skirts, I think jean shorts. I don't even think I brought jean shorts with me here. All of my like active summer clothes, like biker shorts, stuff. I mean, I'm just ready to to have it all back because this doesn't match, but it's what we have to work with because I don't have anything else that would go with this skirt, even though I'm obsessed with the skirt. But I do have stuff that would match the skirt back home in Virginia. That's my rant for the day on my clothes and my wardrobe situation. If you see me mismatching clothes, or if you feel like if you've noticed my style like really going downhill lately, it's because I don't have my full wardrobe and I really miss it. And I'm trying not to buy new clothes because I feel like I have a habit of buying things over and over again, not realizing that I already own it. And then when I don't have my full wardrobe in front of me, I run into the risk of like buying the same piece again just because I like want it in front of my face right this second. So anyways, that's that. I'm making some breakfast. I have a call in 18 minutes, but I'm really hungry. So I'm gonna eat this yogurt bowl, a little more granola, before I go on the call, and then I'll take the call, and then I might go upstairs again. I really enjoyed working from upstairs yesterday. I feel like I was so productive. I only worked up there for maybe 2 or 3 hours, not even the whole day, but I feel like I was so insanely productive that it was worth it because I knocked out so much of my work within the 2 to 3 hour period that I was up there. So I think after this next call, I'm gonna go upstairs again and just like knock some items out. I have some tasks that like I just am really dreading doing, but I feel like being upstairs and being focused makes it a little bit better. So I think that's gonna be my plan for the work day, is to take the next call from down here, eat some breakfast, and then go upstairs and work from upstairs a little bit. Oh, also I didn't even talk about trivia. This is such a chatty morning. Can you tell that I like feel better because the sun's out? Because I feel like I'm acting like I haven't seen the sun in a million years, and it's really just been a week. But anyways, trivia was so fun last night. If you guys live in the Denver area, I would highly recommend checking out Edgewater Beer Garden. It's like this little brewery slash beer garden that's tucked away in the middle of a neighborhood, kind of over near Sloan's Lake, if you're familiar with Denver. It's so random to me, but I kind of love it at the same time, how many restaurants and beer gardens and stuff are tucked away into actual neighborhoods. You'll be driving and there'll be houses on either side of the street, and then all of a sudden it'll be a restaurant or a coffee shop or a brewery, and then there'll be more houses. It's just so random, but I really love it because I feel like that's what makes Denver such an appealing place to live, is that a lot of the neighborhoods are very walkable to restaurants, breweries, coffee shops, grocery stores, things of that sort. You don't necessarily have to live in downtown Denver to experience like a walkable place. The Edgewater Beer Garden was really cool, and the trivia was free, the drinks were great, food was good. I would highly recommend. I would love to go back. I know we're leaving next week, so it's like I don't know if we'll go back next Tuesday. Maybe we will, I don't know. But I wish it could become more of like a regular thing. I wish I didn't go the week before we're leaving Denver completely, but I feel like that's just kind of how the cookie crumbled. So it's a cool place. I would recommend if you're from the area. I am putting together a list of like my Denver recommendations, and I'm either going to include it in a future vlog or do a separate video on Denver Rex, places that I would suggest visiting if you come here and you've been to Denver before, so maybe like non-touristy things, also touristy things. I'm putting together a whole list. Stay tuned for that. Coming in either a future video or a separate video, because I just think that it'd be really helpful. Because when I was moving here, or like temporarily moving here, I feel like a lot of the recommendations I was getting were very touristy, like things I had already done, such as Garden of Gods in Colorado Springs, Red Rocks, which Red Rocks is so cool. I would go back multiple times. Red Rocks is just like one of those places where I feel like you could never get tired of it because it's such a cool view and place. Also, the zoo, the botanical gardens, going to Boulder, going to Fort Collins. I just feel like a lot of the suggestions that I was getting were things that I had already done slash very touristy things. So I've been kind of compiling a list of restaurants, bars, places that I recommend, towns that I would recommend that aren't as touristy as the stuff that you would like find on a travel website. Stay tuned for that because I feel like I've found some really cool places so far. Anyways, I am gonna eat some breakfast because I'm starving, get on this call, and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. I dropped my camera and now the viewfinder sometimes slips upside down and the lens won't close all the way. And the ironic part of my camera breaking yesterday slightly is that the day before that I was literally looking at new cameras on Best Buy, just curious how much a new camera would cost, or like what kind of new vlog camera I would want, because I've had this one for 4 years now and it's totally fine, but sometimes I question whether I need to upgrade the quality of the camera. So I was looking, and then the day after I looked, I literally dropped my camera and it broke. So I feel like I jinxed myself and I might end up having to buy a new vlog camera sooner rather than later, which is frustrating. I've been back downstairs for about an hour and a half now. I was only upstairs for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours or so. I got some work things done, just knocked a few things off my to-do list, and then I got hungry, so I came down here for lunch and then just decided to stay down here because I only have like 2 hours left to work anyways. So that is the current update. After work, I think that I want to get a workout in the gym downstairs. I honestly might go for a walk outside. Ooh, no. Well, I might see if John wants to go walk around Sloan's Lake because it's like beautiful outside. It's so sunny. And I think it's gonna get to a high of 78 degrees, and I don't think it's supposed to rain. So I might see if he wants to walk around Sloan's Lake. I don't really want to walk around it by myself. I was thinking either a walk outside around here for my workout with maybe Pilates, or a walk around Sloan's Lake because I need to go to Target anyways. I still haven't picked up the vitamins that I was supposed to pick up that my neurologist recommended last week. I haven't picked those up yet because I tried to get them after my PT appointment last week, and the Walgreens that I went into didn't have anything that I was looking for. So I just put everything back and decided I'd get it all at once. So I want to see if Target has it. Also, Target has Waterboy now, and I really want to try Waterboy. I've been targeted on TikTok. Shout out Jenna Palick because I feel like she's doing her new job really well. We are big Liquid IV fans in this household. I want to try Waterboy because I know Waterboy either has less sugar or doesn't have sugar at all, something like that. So I feel like it'd maybe be a little bit better for you. And I've been consuming a lot of Liquid IV just because I've been super dizzy. I feel like I need more electrolytes. I've been doing that, but I want to switch to Waterboy just to see if I like it better. Also, we're out of Liquid IV, so I need to buy more anyways. So figured I might as well try this new brand since we're out of Liquid IV. So Liquid IV, vitamins, and then we also need to go grocery shopping because we have like no food in this house. I think those are my plans for after work. So in 2 hours from now, I'll be free, and then we'll get to doing some errands. But I really hope John wants to go for a walk because I really want to walk around Sloan's Lake before we leave. There's nothing really that exciting about it. I've just heard that it's a really pretty view, and I think it's, let's see how long the walk is. Sloan Lake walk. It's 2.6 miles. It'd be like a decent sized walk, and it's gorgeous outside, so I feel like that could be the vibe for today. Guess whose car broke down? Our car. She has so many issues. Rip. All right. Happy Thursday. I have to catch you guys up. Last night was a wild ride. You guys are probably so confused by the clips that I did get because I went from having my car towed to a baseball game, and neither were planned. I think the clip literally before getting my car towed, I was saying that we were gonna have a chill night, that I wanted to go and walk around Sloan's Lake and then go to Target, run some errands, be productive, you know, the usual night routine. And things definitely took a turn for the worst initially, and then they got better, but initially they were like we were not having a great time, to say the least. So let's run it back. Story time of why my car got towed. Initially, the plan that I had laid out for you guys of us going to Sloan's Lake and then Target and the whole 9 yards was coming to fruition. I actually hadn't even told John that I wanted to go to Sloan's Lake. He like came downstairs from working and asked if I wanted to mix up our nightly exercise routine and go for a walk around Sloan's Lake. Really weird that he read my mind like that, but we were just on the same page. So that's where we were headed when the whole fiasco happened. We actually had to run to USPS first because John had a package that he had to drop off. We were headed to a USPS location in Sloan's Lake, which looking back now, I'm really grateful that it was in that area because we were going to go to USPS in downtown Denver, and I can't even imagine if my car like broke down in downtown Denver. I don't even know where I would pull it off. We were headed to USPS when all of a sudden like my dashboard started lighting up, which is never a good sign on any car. And we got a warning signal that my engine was overheating. I've never seen that pop up in my car before. My car has its fair share of issues, don't get me wrong. She is an old girl. I don't think she's meant to be doing like everything that we're doing with it. She doesn't like the mountains. I think that is very clear. We are driving her way too much and being way too rough with her for an old car. She wants to be back in Virginia, sitting in my parents' driveway, being a little local gal. Like, she does not want to be an adventurer. So we're most likely gonna have to get a new car soon if we don't end up going back to New York. But that's just a whole other battle that we're gonna have to cross. Once I saw the signal, I immediately pulled the car over to the side of the road. Luckily, we were in a neighborhood, like I was saying, and there were a ton of just street parking spots where I could pull over. So I ended up pulling over and we turned the car off. We Googled initially what the warning symbol means, because I feel like when you get a warning that your engine is overheating, every worst case scenario is running through my head, like, oh my god, my car is gonna catch on fire, the engine's dying. Google basically said to let it sit for 15 minutes and then try to restart the car. If the warning bubble doesn't pop up again, you're good to keep driving it. If it does pop up again, then you most likely need to like get it towed or take it to a shop or whatever. We were at this point really close to USPS and just decided to leave the car sitting because we were parked illegally. We were parked like side street parking. So we decided to leave the car sitting while we walked to USPS and like walked around the neighborhood because we weren't just gonna sit in the car for 15 minutes. We get out of the car, we're walking along the side of the car and John goes, "Oh no." And I said, "Oh no, what?" Like thinking he's seeing smoke or something. And if you look underneath the car, there's like a steady stream of liquid dripping down from underneath the car, which is not good. I went into panic mode at that point because my first thought was my car's leaking gas. Like, we're literally about to blow up my car in this neighborhood because, I don't know, engine overheating, liquid dripping, just like not a great combination. And whenever something goes wrong with my car, my immediate thought process over anyone else is to call my dad, just because I feel like he has the answers to everything. I feel like he's been dealing with these cars for way longer than I have, even though it's been my car for many years. So I immediately called him and was panicking. He like asked me what color the liquid was, asked me the smell of it. Basically, we ended up ruling out the fact that it wasn't gas, which was good, because if it was gas, it would have been a way bigger issue, I think. He said it was coolant maybe, or something else of the sort. I can't remember specifically what he said, but it wasn't anything where the car was in danger, we were in danger standing near the car, or the neighborhood was gonna be an issue. We came to the conclusion though that like the car was not drivable. Like, I could not drive the car with this liquid dripping out from underneath the car. Well, we called the insurance, and luckily towing is covered under my car insurance, so they called the tow company for me. We waited for like an hour and a half. The tow guy came, he was really nice. He drove the car right up the ramp, because luckily the car still started. Like, my car never died on me, it just overheated and then was dripping liquid, so we didn't want to continue driving it, but he could drive it up the ramp. So he drove it up the ramp and then drove it to the dealership that we selected, and now it's currently sitting at the dealership and we have no update at the moment. So it's just a waiting game to see what's wrong with it. It's good timing in the fact that this happened now and not next week when we're supposed to leave, but it's also bad timing because we're supposed to leave next week. So if it's a big issue that's going to cost thousands of dollars, we like really need to consider our options with this car. If it's a quick fix, great, whatever, we'll just pay it. If they have to order parts for it, who knows how long it'll take to get the car back. I just feel like at this point there's a ton of unknowns because I just don't know what's going on with the car, and no one really knows what's going on with the car yet. But it's currently at the dealership. It's getting looked at now. The appointment for the car was at like 7:15 this morning. Didn't have to do anything for it because it got towed there, so it's not like I had to drive to the dealership. So I'm just waiting for the guy's call to tell me what is going on with the car, because we're stuck until then. If we end up having to stay in Denver for like another week while they order parts, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like we have any commitments back on the East Coast until June, so it wouldn't be the end all be all, but also at the same time it's just really, really inconvenient. And also I just know that anything car related is so freaking expensive. Being an adult sucks sometimes. I just know it's gonna be pricey, but it is what it is. It's an old car. We knew what we were getting into when we drove the car out to Denver. Granted, I don't think I knew that it was going to have as many issues as it's had. This is the 4th time that it's been at a car shop. I just don't think it was meant to be like a cross-country road trip kind of car, and driving up and down to the mountains all the time, driving to little weekend trips to like southern Colorado. That wasn't even like a crazy trip. I mean, the back roads were kind of rough, but I don't know. I don't think she's meant to be doing what we're doing with her. So I think the car will be happy to be back in my hometown as like a little local run around town type of car soon. Anyways, that was the car fiasco. After the car fiasco, we walked all the way back to our apartment because we were like 2.5 miles away from our apartment, and we still wanted to get some exercise in. We weren't really in a rush to get back, and it's kind of fun to like explore different neighborhoods in Denver, and the area that we were in was nice, so we just like walked all the way back here. It took about 50 minutes. Randomly, as we're approaching the apartment, we keep seeing people with like Rockies gear on, which Rockies is the MLB team in Denver. And John looks at me, he's like, oh, I wonder if there's a Rockies game on tonight. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe. So he looks it up, and at this point it was 6 o'clock. The game was at 6:40. He looks at me, he goes, would you want to go to a Rockies game right now? And I don't know what came over us, but ultimately we just decided to go for it. Tickets were like 30 bucks each. The lowest ticket for Rockies games was $6, so if you're from the Denver area, that's a very cheap, fun night out. A $6 ticket is insane. We splurged for the $30 tickets and ended up going to the Rockies game. We stayed for all 9 innings. It was a great time. So we really went from wanting to go for a casual walk around Sloan's Lake, go to Target, run errands, be productive, to having the car break down, getting it towed, walking all the way back to Denver, and then going to a baseball game. It was a wild night. None of it was expected. All of it was spontaneous. I don't really know how we ended up in all of those situations. Anyways, that was our night last night. That was such a chatty recap, but I feel like I had so much to catch you guys up on because last night was so freaking eventful. Was not what I was expecting for a Wednesday, but I'm not mad about it. Well, I'm mad about my car. I'm not mad, I'm upset. I'm disappointed in my car. It's Thursday, it's a work day. I'm drinking a big liquid IV. I didn't even drink last night, but I just feel like I wanted some extra hydration. I don't know why. Also, it just tastes good. I feel like since I've cut out coffee for the most part, I like sipping on something with a little bit of flavor. So that's what we're doing currently. I don't know what the plan is for today. I feel like I've learned my lesson this week of like not planning out my day entirely because Lord knows what's gonna happen throughout the day. Clearly this week is throwing a lot of curveballs my way. This is a coffee to cheer myself up. Don't get it twisted. Normally I wouldn't buy 2 coffees like this in a week, but after the day I had yesterday, I just needed this. I need to cheer myself up. This is from Cafe Landscape, which is actually in the bottom of our building. So it's way too convenient to just walk down there and get a coffee. There's also a Sweet Green right across from it, which is arguably just a scary duo because there's potential to just take all my money between the coffee shop and Sweet Green. But so far, we've been pretty good about limiting the Sweet Green and limiting the coffee from the coffee shop. Just this week, I have definitely needed it. Even though it's decaf, I just needed something to cheer myself up. Last clip that I filmed in this vlog was in this exact same position yesterday, and then I didn't film anything else, and there's a reason why for that. I got a call from my dealership yesterday, the dealership that's fixing my car. There's like a service center within the dealership, and they basically told me that the amount that I would have to pay to fix my car is essentially the amount that the car is worth at this time. If not, the car is worth less than the amount that I would pay. There are 2 things wrong with the car, and it is going to be a very, 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 very expensive bill to fix what is going on. The service team member that was assisting me, without saying this, he kind of like implied that I should consider my options with the car, because he basically made it sound like he didn't think the car was worth it to put the amount of money that I would have to pay to fix it into the car, since it was only worth that much or less. So I called my dad and we had like a long discussion about what to do with the car, if it's worth it, how much more time I would get out of it if I paid this absurd amount of money to fix it, the whole 9 yards. And essentially we came to the conclusion that I will be selling my car to the dealership, which in turn raises a lot of other issues and a lot of other questions, and just like it's been a big headache. So I was going back and forth all day yesterday trying to decide if I should sell my car, if I should just pay to fix it one last time, and then after this like try to find a new car, if I should trade it in at the dealership and get a new car while I'm in Denver, if I should lease a car. I mean, I went through every option, and the conclusion that we came to is that it would be dumb for me to pay X amount of money to fix my car when it's not worth that much. So the dealership is actually going to buy it from me. We are going to rent a car starting next week to get us back to Virginia. And then once we're back in Virginia, I will be buying a new/used car. This is not how I expected yesterday to go literally at all. I feel like by the first clip, you could tell that I was still like very peppy, very optimistic. Like, yes, the car got towed, but the odds of it being a really big issue, probably not it. I definitely jinxed myself, and the car is coming to an end. The dealership will probably fix the car, flip it, and sell it, because they said they sell it at an auction or something. I don't really know how that works. So they're probably gonna sell it to someone else that can use it as like a local car, but I think for what we were trying to do with it and what we're gonna continue to try to do with it, the car is just not meant for that. Like, we have a lot of travel coming up this summer where we'll be driving. Granted, we won't be in Colorado, so we won't be driving up and down the mountains, but like back and forth from New Jersey to Virginia, to visit John's parents in Virginia, to my parents in Virginia, which is like a 4-hour distance. We were gonna drive down to the Outer Banks at the end of the summer and back. So I don't know, there's just a lot of road trippy things coming up, and like I just think that we need a reliable car that isn't going to break down. My car was not meant to leave the driveway in Virginia. It was meant to be a little local car. Us bringing it out here, like road tripping it out here and then continuing to drive it the way we were, was a very, I wouldn't say dumb, because we didn't know this was gonna happen, but it was a very optimistic way of utilizing the car when we knew the car probably shouldn't be used like that. I'm kind of sad about it. I'm definitely gonna miss the car. I've had that car since my freshman year of college, so I've had the car for 8 years now. It was a gift from my parents. I am very grateful for the car, so I am definitely gonna miss it. I'm kind of sad about it. I know my mom's sad about it too, because she loves the car too, so everyone in the family is kind of sad that we're getting rid of the car, but it's time to say goodbye because it was on its last leg. I've never bought a car before, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna take you guys through the car buying process in the future vlogs. I'm waiting to buy a new car until I get back to Virginia for a few reasons. One, the cars in Denver are A, more expensive, and B, there aren't as many options as I would like. And then C, we're kind of worried that if I buy a used car in Denver, there's just gonna be a ton of issues, because if you're selling a used car, you're selling it for a reason. So I just wanna make sure that the next car that I buy can hold up driving back and forth to the mountains and little road trips and things like that. So I wanna get a car that hasn't already been in the mountains multiple times. I wanna get a car that hasn't been exposed to like salt and snow. I just want like a fresh start, which is why we're going with the cars in Virginia, because there's more options, cheaper prices, and the cars are less likely to have been like used a ton in that way. And also I can get my mom and my dad to help me. I've never bought a car before. John's never bought a car before. The dealership really intimidates me, because I feel like I've just heard horror stories of car salesmen trying to like take advantage of you and get you to pay a higher price than what the car's worth. And I know that's their whole job as a salesperson, but my mom's really good at negotiating. She's bought the majority of our cars, and like when we had a boat in the past, she helped negotiate for the boat, and she's really good at this stuff. So I would honestly love her to be there with me and just like kind of teach me the ropes. And then my dad knows more about cars than I do. So ultimately I just think that it's better if I do this in Virginia with both of them, so that I have a little bit of help and someone that's more experienced. Because if I tried to do it here, I could definitely do it, but I just feel like they would know that I'm inexperienced. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes places like this, like dealerships or shops or wherever you're going to, kind of respect people that have more experience than you a little bit more. Like, if I feel like if I walked in, they would know that I most likely have never purchased a car in my life, and they would try to take advantage of me. But if I walk in with my parents, they would know that my parents have probably done this before. So I just feel better about it if we do it in Virginia. So we're renting a car. We're driving to Kansas next week to hang out there for the week, and then we're returning the car when we get to Virginia. So we'll have the car for 2 weeks. We actually rented a minivan, which is kind of funny because I am not a minivan hater, but it's just not my choice of car. But I think for what we're using it for, it's gonna work out because we were gonna have to mail some of our stuff back home before we road trip back to Virginia, because we've definitely purchased things here, such as like John's skis, and the car was already stuffed, like packed to the brim coming here. Like you could not have fit anything else in that car. So with him buying skis and like his ski boots, not everything was gonna fit on the way back. So we were gonna have to mail like boxes of stuff or like my suitcase back to Virginia in order to get everything there. That was just gonna be a headache. So now that we've rented the minivan, yes, it's a minivan, not a big fan, it is what it is. I'm not like shitting on it if anyone else likes it, it's just not my first choice of car. We will be able to, I think, fit everything in the back of the car, so we won't have to mail things out and it won't be extra money. Yes, renting a car for 2 weeks is so freaking expensive, but the price that they're paying me to buy my car at the dealership basically covers like the rental car price. So we're kind of breaking even on it a little bit. Not the most ideal situation. Like ideally I would like to be able to like make money from my car to be able to put it towards a new car. But in this case, it's just gonna cover the rental car because it was either that or I spend double that amount to fix it, which was not gonna happen because it's not worth that much. That was my day yesterday. It has been like a shit show of a week. I don't think, well, it's not that I don't think, I know for a fact that this week was not supposed to go this way. It's funny because I was editing this vlog yesterday and I was so freaking optimistic at the beginning of this because like it's gonna be a good week. I'm excited. We don't have plans. It's our second to last week in Denver, and little did I know, it would be a tough week. But it's okay. I haven't cried yet. I've been on the verge of some tears just out of like frustration and stress, but I haven't cried yet, which I feel like is a good sign because I cry very easily. It's just my instinct reaction to start crying. I'm a crier. It is what it is. But I haven't cried yet, so I'm not sure when that's gonna happen, but I feel like once the floodgates open, they won't stop. So I'm holding it back for as long as possible. So I feel like that's a good sign. We have a plan moving forward. It is what it is. There's literally nothing that I can do about it. If you didn't notice, I gave up on getting ready. I got ready like literally every single day this week, put on makeup, felt good. This day I'm giving up. I'm giving up today because I deserve to just sit on the couch and have like a rotting work day because I'm going through it. And that's okay. So that's the plan. I'm gonna sit on the couch. The new season of The Circle actually just got released on Netflix, I think this week or last week. So I'm gonna watch that, work, drink my coffee, and have a very, very chill day. And I'm gonna look up some cars because I have no clue what car I want. Absolutely no idea. I have a dream car in mind. Don't know if I want to pay that much for the dream car that I want. So we're gonna do some more car research and kind of just hang out, and that'll be today. I just ran to Whole Foods on my lunch break because I'm starving and we have literally no food in this apartment. We haven't gone grocery shopping at all this week. We've just been doing one-off trips to Whole Foods, which I hate to do because it adds up really fast. But we just never got around to doing like a major grocery haul. So we'll probably have to do one this weekend. So I just went to Whole Foods and like bought a few things to time me over. So I figured I'd do a little haul for you guys. First thing I got are some chomps. Love these, this little quick and easy snacks. Then I got Siete grain-free tortilla chips. They were on sale with a Prime membership, so I got those. Poppy for a little midday treat. Then I got cauliflower chicken tenders. I've been craving chicken tenders lately, and it's so hard to find good chicken tenders that are gluten-free. So I'm gonna try this brand and see how I like it. I kind of like cauliflower breaded things. I've tried it in the past, like cauliflower pizza crust is pretty good, so I figured I would try this out. We got Colby Jack cheese sticks, salsa to go with the chips, and then I got a huge thing of red seedless grapes. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna make some lunch now because I'm starving. I'm probably gonna have these chicken tenders and crack open a Poppy and sit myself back on the couch. I finished my last meeting for the day about 20 minutes ago, I would say. Maybe 30 minutes ago now. So we're in the home stretch of being done with work for the week. Thank the Lord, it has been a very long week. It's after work. It's actually like a long time after work. It's 5:18. I've been laying on the couch for the past 2 hours doing nothing. Honestly, on top of just like everything that's happened this week, this weather is making me so sleepy. It was so sunny and pretty out earlier today, and now it's super cloudy and it's raining, and we just had like a little thunderstorm. I've been in a funk pretty much all day, which I feel like is kind of understandable given my situation. I'm pretty sad about my car. I'm more sad about like not having a car in general at the moment than I am about the specific car, although I am still sad about obviously my car. Not fun. I like sent an email over to the dealership earlier today, and we scheduled time for Monday to officially hand the title over to them and sell it. So Monday it'll be official. For now it's just sitting at the dealership, and I have to go and get like all my stuff out of it and take off the license plates and the whole 9 yards, but that's a next week issue. So I've been kind of sad all day and just kind of like sitting on the couch being in a mood, which seems so stupid. And I totally understand that having a car is like a privilege, but I think I am like allowed to be sad about my car dying and like me having to buy a new car and going through this whole situation the week before we leave. I think that my moping is like ever so slightly justified. So I apologize for moping, and I apologize for like the depressing and chaotic turn that this vlog took. I feel like this vlog has been very, very whiny, and it's never like super fun to watch, but it's just the reality of when you film a week in a life. Sometimes things don't go to plan. If I was only filming a day in my life, you guys probably would have never seen any of this. But the fact that I picked up the camera this week and was like, I'm gonna film a week in my life, I'm taking you guys along through the ups and the downs. So that's been the week. We just ordered Chinese food. We were gonna stay in and just hang out, but I think we're gonna force ourselves to get out of the apartment. We just booked a reservation at this place called Holy Moly, which is a putt-putt golf place. Different than the one that we went to previously. This one's like a 12-minute walk straight into downtown, which will be nice. And they have a location also in Houston and somewhere else, but they're originally from France, maybe? They're originally from overseas. I can't remember what the TikTok that I just watched said, but we're gonna do that tonight for a little date night after we eat Chinese food. So hopefully we'll cheer ourselves up just a little bit, because I'm in a funky mood, guys. Can't help it. It is what it is. Anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and end off this vlog here because I feel like this vlog is just so depressing at this point, and I just need to end it, and I need to start a fresh vlog for you guys. I am going to go ahead and end off this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed this week in my life, despite the fact that it took many turns along the way. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and I will see you guys in the next one for hopefully a better week or a better few days. All right, bye guys.